Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you early morning from downtown Manila in the Philippines. I've got an awesome guest on the show today, a gentleman by the name of Christopher Flowers. Christopher is founder and host of Here's the Deal podcast and video marketing. He's going to tell you all about this later. Company name is an awesome one. I love it. It's called Here's the Deal. And industry is podcast/video marketing. Been in the industry for many years, but focused on this one in the last 5 years. Brief description of his business: we educate, elevate, and inspire people to live their dreams of business ownership. We give them the proper tools to start and scale their business. And that's the whole key to it, guys. Systems and scaling is the key to being successful. Key achievements of projects. I've done ads for 6 local businesses, including Buy a House Subs Chain. His personal motto of philosophy, he's about to tell you. What is your personal motto of philosophy, Christopher?
It's Philippians 2:3. It's from the Bible. It says, "Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourself."
There you go, guys. So take that on board, guys. Interesting fact about himself: he had a Series 7. He woke up early, like I did. He had a Series 7 and a full 66 license before he had a college degree. Because this man's a smart man. He got in early, right? And you can too, guys. Reach out and have a virtual cup of coffee with this man. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And guys, getting a mentor can shave 5, 10 years or more off your journey. I promise you.
Absolutely.
So, it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage, Christopher. Let's get this show underway, Christopher. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path, my friend.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Jeff. I certainly appreciate it. It's an honor to be on the show with you here and talk to you and talk to your audience. So, myself personally, like I said, I'm here in the States. I'm here in the state of Arizona. I'm originally from Danbury, Connecticut, which is right next to New York City. I started out, like I said, actually, when I moved to Arizona, I got out of active duty in the military. I came out here with a duffel bag and a Yankee hat, and I said, okay, I'll figure it out. I started working construction. Then my friend's mom got me into the banking career field by simply, I was 23 years old and single. And she goes, hey, why don't you come work at the bank? You know, you don't get laid off. You work inside. You know, there's lots of good looking girls. I'm like, there are a lot of good looking girls that work at the bank. I think I'll try that. And that's literally about how much thought I put into my financial career path. But that's what got my foot in the door. So from there, within 2 years, I was the assistant branch manager. And then Charles Schwab reached out to me and said, hey, how would you like to come be an intern and get your Series 7 license? I said, absolutely. Why not? So I studied and got my Series 7 and 66 license. But then 9/11 happened, changed a career path, went back to banking because I had a banking background. I was in regular traditional banking and branches again. Morgan Stanley came calling, went to Morgan Stanley, reacquired my licenses, things like that. Found out brokerage wasn't really for me because I'm more of a business oriented person. I'd rather work with business owners. Okay. And plus they were trying to like push products, Apple derivatives, all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah. And I don't believe in pushing products. I say, hey, you know what? I talk to my clients. I say, tell me it is what you're looking to do. What are your goals? What are you trying to be? And then they tell me, and then I formulate a plan around that. I've always been that way. I've always been that guy. Goes back to Philippians 2:3. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or conceit. So, and I esteem others higher than yourself. So I try to work around what their goals are and what they try to do. I went into business banking after that. I was in basically business banking for about 30 years. But having one-on-one conversations with people, okay? A lot of people will come to me, and it's like, if I could have got a hold of you 6 months sooner, we could have avoided a whole lot of pain. Now I'm trying to bail them out of some mistakes they made and things like that, or I'm trying to get them caught up when we're going to pre-plan this a little bit better.
Yes.
We could have navigated this water a lot better. So I said, hey, how can I get this message out to the masses? Because having a one-on-one conversation with my client, it's only affecting that one person. I got to get this message out and try to get people not to make the mistakes prior to coming to me, to where because when you're proactive, it's way less expensive than being reactive. Because when you're acting out of reaction, it gets very, very expensive. And I try to help people get through that. But I don't just have, I have obviously the financial background, but I have other guests on that are experts in their particular career fields. So I'll have on attorneys, I'll have on CPAs, I'll have on fractional CFOs, things like that. So that way, for anybody that's either going to start a business or has a business already, they can scale that business up and work with some trusted advisors and work and understand what tools are available to help their business grow.
Leverage. Yeah. Tell me, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work over the years, and how have you overcome that?
The most challenging aspect, and you and I kind of had this conversation online, trying to conform to what people, want you, what, even like I said, when I was in banking or, when I was working for some of the other financial institutions, you're like, okay, here's how we do things. Okay, well, my client doesn't need that. My client needs this. Yes. How do we get them this? Or, especially, was doing commercial lending. They're like, 1 week we like this deal, the next week we don't. What changed? Or it has nothing to do with this in particular individual deal. This individual deal is fantastic. We don't like that industry anymore. Who cares? The deal is good. The company. So those things really got to me. They're really challenging.
Yeah, sure.
But now, having, like I said, not working for the man anymore. Yes. And I still have all my friends in the industry. I don't do lending full time anymore, but I still do it like on the side because I've been there for 30 years. I have all the connections. So if somebody does come to me with a loan opportunity, I know where to quarterback it to. And I say, okay, I know so-and-so over here will look at this kind of deal. So-and-so won't. I won't even call that person. I'll just call this guy. And I'll send it over to Sally or Greg or whoever I'm talking to. And I'll just get paid on the back end. Everything's fine. Yeah. So, but what I'm doing now is I love working with businesses. I always love working with business owners.
What you're trying to do now is make a difference, right?
I'm really trying to make a difference, but I've always been that person. Like, I want to be a part of the team. I want to be a part of your team. Okay. Yes. Let me get involved in your business and then let me do what I can do now for businesses is tell their stories. I want to be able to help businesses gain market share by me telling their stories.
I like it. Tell me, what was that aha moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction? When did you sort of wake up and go, I'm out of here?
I think it was handed to me more. I think God kind of just put me on a different path because I was in the financial field for a long time. Yeah. And again, it seemed like I'm sitting there looking at these deals, and these are great deals. I've done 1 million of these deals. Yeah. They're not closing.
Wow.
Why are they not closing? I don't understand. It was extremely frustrating. But again, like I said, being a believer, I think God had a different plan. Like, okay, we're closing that door. We're going to go this way. Wow. Nice. This is getting, but at the same time, I'm going in completely uncharted. For me, it was uncharted water. I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. But that's where faith comes in. You got to trust what God's trying to tell you. So yeah, me, I trust him. So the aha moment was, I was just like, wow, this thing that I have done for 30 years just isn't working anymore. It was like, I was always wrestling with myself anyway. It was like, I can do more for these people than just get them in debt. I mean, I could talk to you about leveraging and, trust me, I know I've done this for 30 years. I can leverage debt all day long, how you use it to scale and profitability when debt means profitability, all this kind of, I could talk to you about that crap all day. But there was that moment where I just said, you know what? I can do more for people than this, and I want to do more than what it's being allowed me to do.
In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills that have contributed to your amazing success?
Well, I mean, again, I'm going to go back to God. I'm always going to, like I said, Jesus Christ, like just it enlightened me to just a different way of thinking. I grew up in a very tough neighborhood because I grew up right next to the Bronx. I grew up, I wasn't always a nice, Christian boy, what I'm saying? I was very, when I used to say, I call it the BC days before Christ, when I used to say, here's the deal, you were going to have to make a choice out of two things and both of them were going to be bad for you. And I did not care, but you didn't have the option. Okay. You were going to have to choose between two things that were going to be really terrible for you, and you had no control over it. And that's just the way it was. So you didn't want me saying, hey, here's the deal, Jeff. Because if I say that, something bad's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Now, when, like I said, when God got a hold of me, changed my whole mindset. But when I say, here's the deal now, I give you options of like, hey, this is the situation, but I also provide solutions.
Yes.
Okay. And this is what I did in my lending career. Even if I had to tell somebody no, I would say, I would shoot it to them straight. I'm not going to blow sunshine. I'm going to say, hey, here's the deal. This deal's dead right now, but here's how I see it getting approved. Let's tune this up.
Twist
Let's
it around.
change it. Come back to me in 6 months or a year once you've changed these things, and we'll try. As it right now, as it stands, this deal's dead. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to waste your time.
Waste your time. Yeah, that's right. And your money.
Right. Exactly. So I'd rather tell it to you straight. I'd rather say, here's the deal. If I don't think this thing's got a chance in hell of going, or I might say, hey, here's the deal. And this is what I loved when I got out of working for the man, we here at this particular institution I might have been working in don't do this, but I know somebody who does. Nice. Let me make an introduction.
Yeah, the other thing you've got in spades, you've got my favorite word, you've got integrity, my friend. When you've got integrity, that's all you've got. That's what you're born with, guys. Integrity, right? Mm-hmm. Don't blow
Absolutely.
it. And the other thing you've got is you're a good listener. Empathy. They're the two key qualities in life will get you a long way, guys. Empathy and integrity. Integrity. I bought 5 of my friends over the years a gold watch without them knowing. Just sent them a gold watch. On the back of that watch was one word: integrity. Right, so there were people, who had integrity. I respect integrity big time. Tell me about a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of.
Let me see. I'm trying to narrow it down here a little bit. I really like to tell people stories. And even again, just the other day, somebody was super shy about being on camera.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really, I'm not really comfortable with it, things like that. And I just tell people, you know what? We're going to be two friends having a cup of coffee. That's really all it's going to be.
Exactly.
And I said, the best part about it is you're going to be talking about your business, the thing you created, the thing you built from your heart. You know what I mean?
Passion.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, this is my 3 words for my marketing company are easy, comfortable, and cost effective. I said, this is going to be easy like Sunday morning. Okay.
Love it.
Get them on the camera, start talking to them. And once again, as soon as we got, wow,
they go.
that was so much. They were like, that was fun. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be. Of course it was.
They tell me the same. They tell me the same thing. I'm proud of that.
Absolutely.
Christopher, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your amazing field?
What keeps me motivated and what got me going also in this business was that my mother had to raise 3 kids on her own. Okay. Papa was a Rolling Stone, blah, 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 whatever. Yep. Right. And if somebody would have come alongside her and said, Betty, you're a fantastic chef. Let me help you start a catering business. Let me show you how to start a catering business. My mom would have made a freaking killing.
Yes.
Okay. But she didn't know. She had 3 kids, had to raise them herself. She just had to do what she had to do to survive.
Yep.
Okay. So I really wish someone would have come alongside her and gave her this kind of information and this kind of knowledge. So I know that there's other people out there. There's other single moms out there, or there's other people that are out there working that job. You and I had this conversation offline too, working a job they hate. They hate these jobs, but they got to do it because they have to make
jobs just on broke.
Right. Exactly. You're working poor, and it's like, why? Yeah. But why? You have this dream, you have this passion inside of you. Let me help you get that out. You know what I mean? So that, and I love hearing stories, about how people started a business, they had challenges and they overcame those challenges and they succeeded and they just kept going. They didn't quit, and pushed through. And now they're coming out of that storm. And it's, I love hearing that. And it's like, that's so cool. And so
It's not all about the money
yeah.
either, guys. I tell you, I'm 77 and I've had 5 multi-million-dollar businesses. It's not about the money. I didn't know that until, say, 15 years ago. It's not about the money. It's about your passion. It's about
Yeah.
freedom. The freedom. What you've got is freedom, and that's worth millions. Freedom.
That's priceless.
Freedom.
Priceless. Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
priceless.
Denzel Washington, and I love this speech. He says,
too.
put God first, right? In the speech, he goes, "You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse." He's like, you can't take it with you, guys. We all have an expiration date. Sooner or later, God's going to pull our card, right? We don't know when. We're not promised tomorrow. Right. So if you're sitting there trying to, and again, I can talk about the Bible all day. And talk about making bigger barns and all this other kind of stuff. Blah blah blah. You said it's more about the freedom. It's more about the living the thing, that purpose that you have inside of you, as opposed to
living the dream.
Correct. Rather than, if you're chasing paychecks and stuff like that, that money's going to come and that money's going to go. You've seen it. I've seen it a million times.
Tell me, a 20-year-old version of you comes along and he hasn't got a Beamer and he hasn't got his license. What would you tell him or her? He's 20 years old. He's just starting out. What would you tell him?
Wow. Oh boy, that'd be one hell of a conversation. First of all, I'd probably tell myself, get lost, old man. You don't even know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, son, I got the gray hair. Yes, I do. Yeah. For a long time, I chased a lot of things.
That's right.
And I chased money. I chased girls. I chased whatever, man.
Oh, no, I mean?
I was living for the moment. I wasn't even living for the day. I was living for the moment. And that's, that's how, again, I didn't think I'd live to be, I didn't even think I'd live to see 20, let alone 54. You know what I mean? So it was like, I was literally living moment to moment. I wasn't even living for the day. I was living to moment. So I would tell myself, slow down.
Yeah.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, my friend.
That's right.
And what you do today affects tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Plant the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I tell them also, I tell them, trust your gut. I learned that later in life too. Your gut's your second brain. I'd say, trust you. I'd say, travel, and don't let people stop you from doing. Some of your closest friends and family will try and stop you. Follow your dreams, guys. If you got a passion, go for it. The worst you can do is fail and start again.
Yeah,
we all start again. Ground zero. We go again. But and then get a mentor. Reach out to people like Christopher and find out what he knows and what he can do to help you. If he doesn't know,
absolutely.
The same as me. If I don't know, I'll put you in the right direction. I'll know someone who does know.
Exactly.
That's simple.
That's what I think that's what we're here to do, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, that my philosophy or it's not even my philosophy, but the whole saying of each one teach one.
Yeah.
It's like that, you learned and I learned. Okay. Well, now it's our job to teach the next generation, hey, here's the path.
Yeah.
Come this way. Don't go over the rocky roads we went.
That's right.
Take the easier path.
That's right. Sometimes your mother tells you the stove's hot and you still got to go and touch it to find out.
Of course.
Yeah. When I was 40, guys, I've always made big money, and when I was 40, I was flying, and I saw these. I'll show my age. I saw these tennis players like John McEnroe and Pete Sampras, Tiger Woods.
Yep.
They were superstars, and I thought, why have they got a coach? Like I'm scratching my head. So why would you want a coach, you idiot? Their little voice said to me, Jeff, they want a coach because they want to be better.
Yes.
Thought, shit, I'm rich. I want to be better too. I want to be richer. So I hired, true story, guys, I hired 4 coaches. 3 of them, within 2 months, 3 of them were paying me to coach them. They'd never had a bloody business. They were trying to work out of a bloody book. They had no bloody idea. I was a real deal. I'd made the millions.
Yep.
Right. The 4th guy came along. I didn't like the guy. My ego was in the way at the time. I didn't like him. He didn't like me. But I gave him $20,000. And I learned one thing only, and the funny part about that is I did not apply that one thing until about 5 years later. It popped into my brain one day, and I'm going to teach it to all you people for free. It was, you don't know what you don't know. That's
Absolutely.
all I learned from him. That's all I learned. But I tell you, it's priceless. Because every day I remind myself, and I get out like podcasts like this, Christopher will tell you, we learn more from our guests than ever.
Yes, right? Yes. And I will tell you one thing also, Andy Stanley said it best. Wrote a book called Next Generation Leader. There are people out there that love to do what you hate. Pay them to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that. It's all about delegation. It's like, you know what? Hey, there's certain aspects of this job that I hate. You know what? I'll just hire somebody to do it.
Well, I'm in the Philippines, guys, and it's good advice. I've got 36 people here waiting to do stuff for you. Unless you love it, don't mow your own lawn. Don't wash your own car. Don't do your own laundry. Do stuff that you love and passionate about. It doesn't have to make you money. If it makes you happy, you'll make more money. So what goes around comes around. Outsource as much as you can, guys. I was outsourcing when I was 14. Honest to God. I had a paper run. I built it up. I asked my boss, have you got any more? He said, I've got 6 of them. I can't get people. So I got 6 of my mates. I put them on a paper run each, and I copped 25%. So
there you go.
That's my first business venture, guys. Right. And I didn't do any paper run.
You know, and to build on that, on top of that, okay, so you bring somebody on like that. Let's say you hire a VA from the Philippines or something to that effect. Look what you're doing for them. You're allowing them to put food on their table. You're allowing them to provide for their children. Things like so. It's a part of that. You know, paying it forward. Like I said, you know, you let your success help others succeed and things like that. So, or like I said, and if they're a party, you know, working with you, teach them things. You know, give them the knowledge, things like that, and they might go off and start their own thing, and that'd be fantastic. That'd be magnificent.
Many do, and you know, many have over the years. And the funny thing is, up until this business, I had 5 multi-million-dollar businesses. And you know something, guys? I had up to 200 staff in some of those businesses. Not one, I repeat, not one person ever came along to me and said, "Hey Jeff, can you teach me what you do?" No one ever asked. I was smart to myself. I thought, how crazy are you? Another saying I got from someone else. I made more money from my staff than I made from my own ideas. Some of the best ideas come out of the mouths of idiots. So listen to everybody, guys. Be very open-minded, because they may have the key to the problem that you've got. They may have the solution. Right?
Or don't be, or like I said, you can look at it from a different direction. Like Steve Jobs. Like, hey, hire people that are smarter than you. Okay, like I said, and let them do what they do. You know, that's the thing. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know what? You know why I hired this particular person? Because they're better at this than I am. Like I said, don't let your ego get in the way. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's why you hired them. If somebody's better at a particular skill, but it helps your business and it helps your business grow. And like I said, the high tide raises all boats, man.
Yeah, do what you're good at. I mean, I love this podcast. I meet wonderful people like Christopher. A lady came on the other day, an awesome lady. She said, "You ready? Be a better human." I thought, how cool is that? I only feel like my chair. I thought, how cool is that? If everyone could teach other people and themselves, be a better human, what a much better world it would be. You know, I thought I could see a whole movement. My marketing brain came in and said, I'm going to do T-shirts, cups, pens, and then go over to Africa, drill holes in the ground, get people water, you know, feed more people. It's the whole 9 yards, guys. You could start a movement on that.
Well, somebody started a movement on that. His name was Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He started that a couple thousand years ago.
Yeah.
Well, so just throwing that out there.
They should keep it up. They should keep it up.
I'm trying to every day, man. I'm trying to every day.
That's the one. Spread the word. I got a Facebook group, and I tell people in my Facebook group, a lot of people don't want to join Facebook, and I go, get a Facebook group, and figuratively speaking, you'll be God, and your members will be your disciples. And I've got a group of 6,500 people, and I make a lot of money, guys, from a simple Facebook group, because I give value. If you go to my Facebook group, I'll drop it in the chat underneath Chris's stuff. I've got 450 free business guides worth about $30,000. Because if you give, you shall receive. It's pretty simple philosophy. Tell us, how can our listeners watching this podcast, what's the best way to reach out and find out more about you, Christopher?
Well, as I said, definitely on social media platforms all over. Like I said, LinkedIn. I live on LinkedIn, but I'm definitely on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, as well. YouTube, my YouTube channel. Here's the deal, 827. On YouTube is where we're at. So you can go over there and see all the different guests that I've interviewed and things like that, and then I do individual shows myself teaching about different aspects of business. Or like I say, if you want to reach out to me, it's info@here'sthedeal.biz. And like I said, let's get a meeting set up. We'll do a 1-to-1, do a Zoom, and have a cup of coffee and chat, man.
Nice. Before we wrap it up, you can't let you go and tell yourself. It's a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Fun fact about me that a lot of people don't know. I was in the military. I was in the United States Air Force and the United States Army. I did both. I was the security forces in the Air Force, and I was what's called a forward observer FIST in the Army. And also, I ran for the U.S. Congress also in 2010. So
awesome. What a wonderful story. Christopher, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, my friend.
Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate your time.
No trouble. And guys, if you want your 15 minutes of fame, I want you to think about this. A TV commercial back in your state or your area would cost you probably between $25,000 and $30,000, right? And what happens when the commercial comes on, people jump up and grab a burger, grab a beer, or go to the toilet, all right? They miss the whole darn thing. 10 radio spots are going to set you back between $3,000 and $5,000, and invariably they play them at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when people are asleep. Come on Christopher's show or my show, 15 Minutes of Fame, and we'll put you right out there on all the different social media platforms and potentially put you in front of hundreds of clients. So there's the offer for you guys. Reach out, find out what we do. Love to help you. That's with Christopher. So once again, Thanks for being on the show, Christopher.
Thanks so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it, Jeff.
No trouble at all.